Hey bro, do you struggle with deep work and productivity? Well, if you can watch this video to the end, then I can tell you how I 10 times my productivity. And if you gain any value, be sure to drop a subscribe. See, a lot of people have problems with deep work and productivity. And this video was inspired by a call I just had where, the person had exactly that. I spoke to a young man on that call who told me that they had problems staying motivated with the work that they were doing. That they'd go and kind of just get out of their bed, start doing their work, and within like 10 or 15 minutes they'd be scrolling on their phone again because they just didn't have the motivation for it. They wanted to do the work, they were in it for the long run, they were even doing purposeful work, right? But they just couldn't get down to deep work. And I was the same for so much of my life. So I just finished university and the first 2 years of that went utter shit, right? So for the first 2 years of university, even though it was online, I had like a 5% attendance rate. I wouldn't go to my classes, I wouldn't do any fucking work. The only work I would do would be at the end of it where I'd just like cram some bullshit and then write an essay that I'd almost Googled the entire thing for, right? It's a wonder I didn't get it done for like plagiarism or whatever. And then third year I decided, you know what, I need to change. And so I developed a deep work protocol. And then I ended that year of university with a fucking 2-1, which is a good grade, right? So you can follow these steps and they should help you to start working productively. So the first thing that you need to do, right, is you need to change your environment. You have to have a separate environment for working and relaxing. You see, this was the first issue. So the second I had this conversation with this guy, the question I asked him was, where are you doing your work, bro? And lo and behold, of course, brother, they said, I am doing this work in my bedroom. I have a desk in my bedroom. And you see, that is where the problems begin because you can't do your work in there. Your bedroom is where you relax. Your brain has learnt that. And even though you don't think there are distractions there, the second you turn around and look at something, you can see your fucking guitar over there. You've got your like computer just chilling on the bed waiting to like watch some YouTube. There are so many distractions in your bedroom, more than you understand. But subconsciously, your brain just believes your bedroom to be a place of relaxation. So I've got a few tips. The first tip is if you can, then absolutely you have to leave your room. So the best way to do that is by going to a library. There are so many public and free libraries inside of every city. So there's no real excuse to be doing this. Go to a library and work there. That is the best environment by far. You're surrounded by other people who are working. You don't have distractions there, and the environment is just a place more conducive to work, right? It feels weird to go to a library and just spend the whole time watching fucking YouTube, right? So go to the library and do some proper work. But if you can't, then there are a few other options. So, coffee shops. It's another good place. They're quite quiet. There are more distractions there, that is the thing. I have worked in coffee shops before, but I do find it more distracting than the library. But, it's better than just working in your room. The other benefit of that is you get coffee, but you have to pay for it. So there you go. There's all these things that add up and like weigh that down. But if not a coffee shop, then I don't know, bro, a fucking park. A park is a great place to work. If it's bright and sunny day, just go and find a park bench, deck yourself out there and just start doing some work. But here is the thing, is a lot of people are going to be Jeffries about this. And they're going to say, do you know what? No, I'm going to keep working in my room. So this is the tips for them. Zone out areas in your room and set specific rules for them. So if you're going to work at your desk, then say, okay, at my desk, this is what happens. There is no phone allowed. There is no access to these websites allowed. If I want to do any of that, then I move to my bed. And likewise, on your bed, you say, there is no work allowed. All I'm allowed to do are these things. You have to kind of split up and zone the areas of your room so that your brain makes the subconscious links with the things that are done there. So when you sit down at your desk, your brain knows, okay, we're working, we're recording a video, whatever. And when it sits down in bed, it knows we're chilling, we are going to sleep. And the second tip is you need to cut out all distraction. And you've probably heard this one before. And realistically, you probably know about it, but it goes a lot deeper than you think. So of course, cut out distractions, right? Do not disturb, whatever. Put it onto your phone. Get rid of the shit that's all over your desk. Declutter your workspace. I don't know, like fucking take your guitar away. Like hide things that are distracting. Basically, it just means that. It means hide things that are distracting. But it also goes to removing the possibility of distraction. That's the important point because, for example, my phone, I don't get many notifications on there, right? Barely any. I've got no social media downloaded on it. Nothing. But the thing is, it still kind of looms there. It's hard to describe the feeling of having a phone there but it being like, I don't know, on airplane mode, or having a phone in a different room completely. You have to remove the possibility of distraction because even though I don't get that many notifications, someone might still call me or text me and that might completely destroy my flow. You see, here's the thing, is that when you enter these flow states, it's very important that you stay in them. You need to do every single thing you can to stay in them. And so if you leave the possibility to have your phone there that can rip you out of that, then that is a lot of time and energy wasted. You see, it's the same with things like Pomodoro. And this is my beef with apps like that, is if I'm in deep work, right, and I've been working really fucking hard and I've actually got into the flow of it for 45 minutes and then I've got some little fucking tomato timer going off telling me that now's the time I have to go and have a 5-minute break. Bro, what the fuck? I'm working, I'm doing well here, and now I've got to be ripped out and go and like, I don't know, just sit there watching my work in front of me. Like, brother, things like Pomodoro are a scam. What I say to that is just do your deep work, and when you need a break, when you're 2-3 hours in, then go and take 15 minutes, go and take a real break. Go take fucking half an hour to an hour, brother. That is more productive, because what are you going to do in a 5-minute rest period realistically? What are you going to do in your 15-minute long break, bro? Just go and take a real break. Do your work hard and then go and have a real break. I mean, that is a little bonus tip, but it is the importance of taking breaks. When you're doing hard work, when you're working for long hours, you do need to take breaks. I mean, this is bad, but back in the day when I was at university, I used to smoke. And that was perfect, because for all the bad that smoking has, the great thing it does is it takes you outside once every hour and a half, whatever. And so once every hour and a half, me and my mate would go outside and we'd have a fucking cigarette. And then we'd go back in and work again. And that is a good way to work. You do need to be taking breaks. I mean, once every hour and a half is a bit too much, I'd say, to be honest. But take a break. Work for as long as you want, for as long as you can. And when you see that your brain starts failing, it's like at the gym, when you start failing on form. But it's the same thing. When your attention starts to wane, then take a proper break. Go and sit down on your bed, lie down, whatever. Eat some food, drink a coffee. Just do these things that actually promote your rest. And then the final tip is scheduling. And you've heard this before, but my day, for example, is scheduled to the T. I know exactly what I'm going to be doing in every single hour. My day is autistically scheduled, bro. I've got down the times that I eat food, what I'm going to be eating, when I'm going to be working, when I'm going to be chilling with my girlfriend. Like, my day is scheduled to the T, and you need to be doing that as well. So schedule in, get a Google Calendar, and schedule in exactly when you're working, exactly when you're doing this, exactly when you're doing that. Just make sure that your schedule is as detailed as it can be. That is a great way to stay motivated and to know what you're doing. And then the actual practical tip of this is when you go in to do your work. So when you sit down at your zone, you're sitting down at the library, you're sitting down at the desk in your room, but anyway, you're sitting down in your work zone. You need to say to yourself, right, and you can even write this down, that might help. Get out a pen and write down today, I'm going to work from 11 a.m. till 1 p.m. And this is what I'm going to do. They're the two crucial things you need to establish. So when you're about to do work, write down how long you're going to be working for and what you want to achieve out of that work session. That is what will kill your procrastination, because here's the thing, is procrastination happens because so much of the time we go into our workspaces not knowing what we're going to do. You kind of get in there and you're like, okay, I'm going to work. But what are you going to do, bro? Like, what work are you going to do? And like that, the other thing is you can kind of get, you can get complacent because you can do a little bit of work. So maybe me, I'll come in to my workspace and I'll write down like one script for a video, and then I'll be like, oh fuck it, I've done a script, right? So I'll just go on my phone and just start dossing off for like the next 15 minutes. But if I know that in that session, no bro, one script, fuck that, I need to be scripting 6 videos, then I can go in there and work, and I won't feel like I've completed it until I've finished that 6th video. So that's my last tip, is go into your productivity sessions with an exact plan of what you are going to achieve. So anyway, that's the end of the video, but let me know what you thought of this kind of style. So I'm using a new camera here. Obviously we've got a new backdrop, I'm sat a bit closer. I just thought I wanted to get back to the way I used to make videos, back to the kind of gritty style of just me sitting in front of a camera and talking. So let me know what you thought of that. Let me know if you enjoyed this style of video more or less than the past ones, if it was more engaging, whatever. Just please let me know. And then come chat to me on the Discord and give me a call if you want. The link's in the description. Anyway, manifest excellence. I'm proud of you, bro. Goodbye.